What's up, everyone? My name is Keisha, and welcome to my channel, or back to my channel. I pray that you all are having a blessed as well as a great day. But if you find yourself not when you come across this video, I just pray that you be uplifted in your spirits. I pray for encouragement. I pray, God, that God will meet you where you are, that you will receive some comfort, that you will even try to find the positivity with where you are, because there is always some type of positivity and light where we are. Sometimes we just miss it because we are just overly focused on the negativity, or we are overly focusing on what is bad. And so I just pray that you will find the good even in the bad. And so today I want to speak to your unfulfilled, unsatisfied desires, wants, needs, whatever that it is that's causing you to not be satisfied, no matter what you do, no matter how many times you try, no matter how much you go back, it just is not enough. Our human nature is designed to have these appetites where we constantly have to be refilled on something. Food is like that. Drink is like that. So God created us naturally to constantly have to, go to certain things, you know what I'm saying? Because our body has to continuously get replenished and in order to survive. But the flip side of that is that in our other unnatural desires that we have, that God did not give us, like the things of the flesh that we desire, oftentimes we find ourselves confused. We find ourselves stressed out. We find ourselves in cycles. We find ourselves receiving things or taking in things that are not good for us, but because we desire it and we feel like we want it so bad, or we need it, we constantly go to it. And because we constantly go to it, you are still finding that it is not enough. Even though I still go back to it, I still see that it is not enough. Help me, Holy Spirit. This is why I know that a lot of people do the same thing with God. We want things how we want it, when we want it, at the pace that we want it, right? At the time that we want it. And because God does not move on our time, what we do is we begin to add things to God. This is called syncretism, right? Where you begin to mix things up, where you believe in Jesus and all of the things, but yet you also want to go believe in crystals, but yet you also want to go pick up other teachings, which is ultimately false doctrines, or you also want to partake in other religions, right? You begin to mix all these things. Some of you, witchcraft, you begin to mix all these things, believing that, okay, with the blend, I'm going to get what I want. But the truth of the matter is, even through all of that, because you're not fully focused on the one thing that can satisfy you, you get only a portion. And with that portion, it's just not enough. It is a reason why Jesus says in John 6:35 that I am the bread of life. Those who come to me shall never hunger. Those who believe on me shall never thirst. This is a spiritual fulfillment that we are promised when we come to Jesus. But oftentimes, because again, we don't want to go through the process or do things the way that God requires, we miss out on that satisfaction that we get from him. It is a reason why Jesus in John 4 spoke to the woman at the well, right? About her having not one, not two, not three, but 5 husbands. He spoke to her thirst. And he said, I have water that you can drink, that you will never be thirsty again, right? So he spoke to that thirst for men that she had, and instead of her being offended at what he said, she was astonished and wanted to go tell more people of who she had just came across and encountered. See, a lot of people are missing encounters by God because they are offended by the truth of their thirst. Oh my God. You are offended at the truth of your unnatural desire that you have. You are offended when somebody calls you out on your lust. You are offended when somebody tells you that you are constantly going in this relationship that is wrong. You are offended. And instead of you really receiving for you to get that fulfillment that you need, you reject it. And then you do all these things, chase all these things. Again, guess what? You're still left with the same problem, unsatisfied, unfulfilled, mad, still in a cycle. Because you're not going to the ultimate one source. There is only one source. It is the reason why we as human beings, and I know a lot of you can relate to this, whenever if you drink, if you used to drink, whatever the case may be, if you notice, a lot of the times whenever you are mixing a drink, even if it's just one mixed drink, right, you gotta constantly, right, feed, because you drink and then that buzz is not enough, so you need to go higher, right? And you got to go higher. Some you go a little further, mixing multiple alcohols in one drink, or some you go a little bit further and mixing a pill in a drink, right? Because it's something about the appetites that we have that we are never satisfied, that we always need more, always want to go higher. And so a lot of you are blaming God, thinking that God is not enough, but really it is you who is chasing things that is not enough, and you are not chasing the one who is more than enough. Because God does exceedingly and abundantly. God is a God who has no limits. But if you had a revelation, if you had a knowledge and an understanding of this, then and only then will you begin to come to him so that you can be fulfilled. And it is over time. It is not overnight. It is not an instant quick fix. But that's the beauty of it, because it's in the midst of you getting fulfilled. There is so much that you learn. There is so much growing and developing that takes place within yourself. That way, the things that you used to chase, the things that used to bring you the unsatisfied feelings, you no longer desire those things. It is a falling away that begins to take place because you are moving towards what is really what you need. So if you don't take nothing from this video, understand this truth, that God is more than enough. So anytime you begin to blame God for what you are lacking, anytime you begin to blame God because you are not receiving what you desire, anytime you begin to blame God because of what you do not have or what you want that's not doing what it's supposed to do, it's not God, it is you. What are you chasing? What is important to you? What do you truly care about? Because that's what you focus on. That's what we gravitate towards. That's what we deem as valuable. And as long as you continue to reach for those things, it's never going to give you exactly what you need. That's why people chase a high that they never get. That's why a lot of wealthy people can be so rich and still be miserable and unhappy. Because they're unfulfilled, they're unsatisfied. They thought the money was going to do it, it didn't do it. They thought the fame was going to do it, it didn't do it. They thought all the women was going to do it, it didn't do it. They thought all the houses and the cars was going to do it, it did not do it. Because the only one that can do it is Jesus Christ.